Good afternoon, people. This is your boy Bry. I'm over here at the compound and we're going through some things. We're going over some things. We got the four-wheeler out. I don't know if you can see this yard, but look how green everything is coming up. And let's not forget what model year we're working with here. Okay, this is an 03. This is a 71. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Gen X will always pull through. Don't get it twisted. But we've got some beautiful grass growing here. We're out here and I'm showing you what I've got for updates on the four-wheeler and the four-wheeler trailer. Okay, now the four-wheeler has very low miles. It's under 700 miles. It's a 2003 model. It's very good shape for its year. It runs like brand new, starts every time, but I only put good gas in it. I don't mess around with putting that the ethanol fuel. I don't do that. I use non-ethanol only. But let's take a look at the trailer and see what we've got. We've got the sunshine out. Look how beautiful this yard is. The Gravely has got that operating beautifully. But let's go ahead and let me show you what we've got going. Here we are, people. That's the headache rack as you see it. Now I've got this bolted down in two spots here, and none of this is like bolted, anchored down tight, but what it is ran down. I got all the holes drilled. These ones I got to get a little bit longer bolts. But as you see, what I did is I welded these plates in here, and these are to hold the sideboards. Now the sideboards are just a whisker high. I got to go ahead and put them on the table saw and cut them down. But that's the scenario there. Look how nice they laid out, and that gives me quite a bit more volume if I want to turn around and go to the, now I got to fill the front end. Don't get me wrong, that's got to have that metal plate put in there, but you can only do so much. You, the DIYer, can only do so much during a day, during a work day, and my work days are extended, believe me. Now here we are. You see how what I've done here is I've put these angles in the back. Again, these are bolted through the front and they're bolted through here. And when you put those in, those boards, people, the bolt heads are hitting. So what you have to do, what I did as a DIYer, is I lifted each board up, okay, and I took a paint pen and I painted the head, and then I set the board back down and it put a mark on the bottom, like right here. Then I used, I didn't just use a drill bit, I used a Forstner bit, which is basically it cuts in a nice perfect hole, shallow. I went in, I think, whatever, ½ inch or 3/4 of an inch. And this way here, they set on top of the bolts. And the other thing is, the only other thing I've got to do is cap these ones. These ones need capped. These are it's on the plan to get these capped. But you see how nice that's going to make the situation's a lot higher on the sides. We're up another 9 inches. Pretty happy with it. What else? I mean, you could load this thing right up massively now, you know. But the other thing I wanted to show you was your boy got the tailgate done. The only thing I got to do left with that is get some, I've got to get some chain on it. I've got to get some chain. So, and if you see here, take a look at these. Now I put these on the lathe and made these. So these buttons on the ends, I turned these out, and then where it goes into the frame, what I did was I turned this down about, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch. I put like a little shoulder on it, so when I drilled the hole, they press fit in, and then they're not all over the place wobbling. I turned around and ran a nice bead around there. And again, I got them on the bottom all done. And we made these buttons on the lathe and put these in. But that's the tailgate. She turned out pretty nice. As you notice, I have the smooth side in. Now I do have to put, I think, 1 or 2 more little, one of these 1-inch straps right here just for support. But that's the side rail. And as you see, I do have my logo on there. It's just in paint pen, but DIY, School of Hard Knocks. Not everything comes easy, people. I just wanted to say that we're out here next to the greenhouse, and we got green grass, and we got a lot of green in our pocket because we didn't go out and buy this trailer. We made it. We made it with scraps, and the only thing I had to buy was the wheels, the hubs, this one plate steel that's in the bottom here, and then of course this board. And it's looking like we've got about 275 bucks in it. And if you're looking for one of these trailers, people, don't be afraid to hit me up. I mean, I can work it in my schedule. You know what I mean? And we can get you a nice trailer for your homestead, or your compound, your ranch, whatever you have. But it's going to be nice. I can't wait to get the dump feature on the front. That's going to be a momentous moment when that happens. And we're going to be moving ahead and making progress with this dump trailer. Now, this is a trailer that I'll tell you, out in the woods, this thing handles beautiful. It goes across the ground. Even while it's wet, it goes across it beautifully. And there is no, how do I put it, making ruts with it, okay? But let's give you one last look at it, and we'll see if you, the DIYer, like it, or maybe you don't like it. But there we go. We got the wooden sides that gives it a little bit more height. We got the high wheel clearance package. We got the tailgate on the back. Okay, and I'll show you this thing here. Hold on, if you're patient, I'll show you how nice this thing comes down. I put these little pins in here, and I think I got these at a kit at Harbor Freight. But look at that. Now, of course, you got to remember over here I'm going to have a cable. I got to get the right chain. I think a chain I'm going to use, so when it comes down it lays perfectly level. But right now, you notice how nice that baby, it goes up and down. I mean, don't put me on with the only nicer tailgate I've seen recently is my buddy's got a Honda, and that thing's got a tailgate that goes both ways. But this is more like a traditional tailgate, but I made this and I'm pretty happy with it. We do have to put everything in etch primer, but at the end of the day, that's a little wagon. I've got to take this and take it down and get a weight on it, and I'm going to put some lights on it, because you know this I can actually tow behind the Tacoma to go down, and this would fit like what I'm estimating is, I don't know, I think a Bobcat bucket is a yard. I think it's a yard. But that would hold one full bucket of, say, topsoil. I could bring this home and unhook it from the truck and go ahead and hook it on the four-wheeler and bring it right out. Because out here we're going to actually put a little garden in where them flower pots are. Right in this middle section, we're going to go ahead and cordon off an area, maybe a 14 by 14 area, to grow some potatoes and some other things. But that's, at the end of the day, this is going to come in handy on the compound. We're going to really be appreciating this thing. And as you see, it just articulates right on this bottom set here. It just rolls. You know what I mean? It just rolls. Now here's the other thing. This was a sucker rod that I had from that had like galvanized on it. And if you know anything about welding galvanized, you shouldn't be breathing them fumes. So what I did, a way to mitigate any kind of galvanized, is you go ahead and take the galvanizing off. And so what I did is I chucked it up on a lathe and I spun off about, I don't know, 20 thousandths, and took all that off before I went ahead and turned these down. But before I welded it, rather. But yeah, that's the tailgate, and we're pretty happy with it. Like I said, I got to get some chains on there so that it stays stable. I got some in the garage, and I'm going to go ahead and find them tonight so that I can put them together. But we're happy. We've got a nice little wagon here, and this is a situation that says a little bit of hard work. You can have something that maybe your neighbor doesn't have. You know, when he's out there mowing, he's got a nice, my neighbor's got a really nice Ferris, the kind like where you sit behind it. But I got a Gravely, okay? So some people might say, wow, the Ferris, that's the one, you know? Well, it may be, maybe you're right. But let me just tell you something. He ain't got one of these wagons. So the next time he's riding around on the Ferris, I could go ahead and pull this wagon around and just put some leaves in it or some sticks in it. Just act like I'm picking up around the edge of the road, let him get a bird's eye view of this. So I mean, we're not in competition, but I'm just saying he might take a look over here and say, damn, he's got a nice little wagon. I wonder where he got that. Matter of fact, I got one of my first compliments on this wagon today. I had a guy from the FedEx. He showed up, and he come walking up. He went, wow, that's a nice little wagon you got there. Nice little dump trailer. Even he recognized that it's a dump trailer. He said them exact words, nice dump trailer. So we're doing something right, people, because the FedEx people are noticing it. And when the FedEx people notice, you're moving up. You're moving up in the world. All right, this is your boy, Bri. I've got to get in the woods.